inside of us. Oh, the topic today, you are enough, the art of happiness. I really have to tell you this story. I was trying to figure out what I was going to say about this. Well, yesterday, I went to Abraham Hicks' workshop in Long Beach. 4 hours about you are enough. I was sitting there, it was like I was saying, oh God. I was trying to figure out how to talk about this. And she gave 4 hours. And the average age of the crowd it did my heart good just to see it, because it was about 1,000 people. And the average age was probably between 25 and 45. I mean, and they were a rowdy group, my God. And it was so sweet. I was sitting there, and it was like I had these questions, that came up when I was reading this, how to talk about this. And and she answered every question. And it was so amazing. She didn't just answer it. Somebody got on stage and asked her the question. I said, well, and she answered it. So, the thing that I really embrace the idea is that when we open ourselves to spirit and try and want to answer, we get them. And I got it in spades. So I really recognize that power that we talk about that's inside of us. For a long time, I thought it was kind of like a special voice, a special hearing that. But I realized it's the same voice we hear from ourselves every day. It's that trust that Kathy was talking about that allows it to come through. And she said it over and over again. And the range of people that were asking the question was from an engineer that was an inventor to a child that was special needs. And all of them were asking about being good enough. And the way she is presented, and she presented it in such a way that really made me think, this is the cornerstone of us understanding what this whole philosophy is about, is that knowing that we are a divine expression of spirit, and that the mind we're using, the thought process that we are, all of this is spirit in expression. When we honor this and trust it, that's when it flows with such ease and grace. That's when it provides us with the answers. It's not so much as it was. The message that came through to me was that we don't have to fix ourselves or make ourselves think any specific way, except to know the truth. It's that knowing and awareness and accept and trusting that is true. And I was thinking that, I said, seems like every time I get up here, I'm talking about the same thing. But then when I read the work I was reading for Monday night's class, Emerson was talking about the same thing. So it was like, I wanted to write this talk before I went, because I figured I was going away Saturday, so I wanted to and it was just like everything in front of me unfolded. But the thing that she really pointed out is noticing it. It does it all the time for all of us. Notice it. Notice when you thought it and it happened. Begin to understand the relationship. And the more you notice it, And the more you become aware of it, the more you would find that it unfolds that exact way. So it's almost like it said, get away from that fix-it idea, fixing all that stuff that you have misunderstood and mistakenly bought into because of the human society that we have been exposed to. And the current moment is the most important moment that there is. Today is when it starts. Nothing. Yesterday is finished. And given energy, explaining yourself she says, it's a waste of time. It is a waste of time trying to explain why you are saying a certain thing. And I said, okay, Nancy, you got to remember this. Stop explaining. It is, because she said that, and it only brings the energy from what you left back into the day. So it is with that in mind, and the affirmation that the person that wrote the notes from the CSL for today, it says, I embrace the wonder of life knowing I am enough. That is a powerful statement to make about ourselves. We don't have to make, and I think I don't have to make it out there to y'all. Just make it to myself. Just knowing that within my heart that I am enough. I can do it the way I want to do it. I can do it the way I'm guided to do it. And I accept. And no matter how it's unfolding and stuff, if I for me, letting go of this concept of inferiority and superiority, I mean, that is probably one of the most crippling concepts that we have ever put in our society, is that somebody is superior and somebody is inferior, instead of each being unique, because she demonstrated by taking from the intellectual to always that she ended with the person with the special needs, and it was so beautiful to the way she cradled the idea of allowing them to be themselves, and yet she gifted the whole audience with the awareness that this person was gifting them by being themselves. To me, I'm learning that being the vessel through which spirit brings life into expression is sufficient. None of the rest of it is required. All the rest of it is just like icing on the cake, just being the vessel of life itself and being able to express being alive and bringing it to the audience. That is sufficient to knowing that I'm enough. Anything else that is added to it is icing on the cake. It is really knowing that the divine presence is utilizing my being to express life. But it is doing that for everybody. And each person, each one, as Kathy said, that buy into that trust. I really appreciate that. Buying in that trusting to allow that expression to come through. It is, when we look for the joy or the happiness that we are seeking to experience, being open and receptive to it and trusting that Spirit is going to deliver it is the foundation for it. So many years I thought it was what I had to accomplish, but I don't. Now I know it is about just being alive, and I can be the way I am. And I can speak, whether I bring my southern accent or my this, but whichever way I come, I can bring it that way. Because being me and being real for where I am is what life is about. And that has given me the understanding that I can appreciate everybody in this room, everybody is enough. And I can understand and appreciate the gift of them being in my life. And I can also reach out and help somebody. Now, the thing about that is, when I can reach out and help somebody, I go to reach out and help somebody. You know who I'm blessing? Is myself. Because that person is the divine coming into my life to bring me a message. So it isn't like I have to deprive myself. So if I start depriving myself to help anybody, I am not doing anything but hurting them and me. So the best and the greatest gift is being able to help, because it brings joy. And I don't know about you, but nothing seems, I don't know, the highest level of joy I can experience is when the light goes on in somebody's eyes that they understand and they got it. I mean, that is like, yes. And it was so beautiful to sit in an audience and see one person after another get it. And it was like, whoa, this is the best high I ever had. Because it is knowing and understanding that. It just kept, it was like I was getting the blessing for what everybody else was experiencing. And it was such a joyous and happy event for me to experience, because I understood that I opened that door, not necessarily putting any strings on it. I just wanted to, I was supposed to be going on a cruise with her. I wanted to see where her consciousness was at this point compared to where I think I last experienced it about 4 years ago. But I had already opened my mind for this talk. So it's just how that married and how that merged and how the spiritual presence of life just said, yes, I want you to know I'm here. I'm here for you in all things and all ways. And it's kind of joy. It's the kind of joy and experience. It's not a whoopee joy. It's the kind of joy that says, oh, I love life. I love being alive. I love being able to experience life from this place. And that joy, and that is what I call happiness, because it's helping me let go of the things that I would be worried about or be concerned about. It helps me stop. I mean, some guy got in front of me this morning, and I almost went there. And I said, nope, I'm not going there. So the little things that I used to slide into, I remember. And so being the author, true author of my life experience is what I have just learned. I am really the author of what I get out of life and what I can get put into life. It's so beautiful that and Evan, I just thought about something. We were talking about me walking around. I have no desire to walk around. We gave in and just said, let me use this mic, and it's just been perfect standing right where I am. You know, it is spiritual presence. It's in us, through us, moment by moment. It is given to us our heart's desires. Coming back to that awareness is what this is about. And you know, it's kind of like when I read people like Emerson and stuff, it's a lot of information. Ooh. But when you come down to the nitty-gritty of it, they're all just telling us to be ourselves, to be who and what we are. The divine presence of life, finding its way into expression, moment by moment. And the current moment is the best time to do that. Not yesterday, tomorrow, no, right here, right now. Feel the joy that's in our hearts. And you know, even when you come here or you go anywhere to hear a talk, I'm learning that if I open my mind and know that I'm going to get something out of it, I get something out of it. Even that is within our power. It is really about what we create. And it's like, I don't have to be mad with my doctor when she doesn't, about her saying things that I don't want to hear. I don't have to be upset about bills that are coming in. It's all that little stuff. I feel like I've been able to give it up. And moment by moment, each one of us are given the opportunity to put this philosophy into, I say, work into practice. Each one. And let go of the worry, the concern of how to do anything perfect. None of that is necessary. Sit back, and she even did a little stint on goofing off. She said, next time you goof off, celebrate goofing off. Don't get upset about it. And then goofing off becomes fun. It only is a problem because we judge it and make it into a problem. But being able to just do what we want to, when we want to, frees us to know and to understand that we are spiritual beings having this glorious human experience, guided by an intelligence and wisdom that is so powerful it created the universe. And it finds the newness of life through the desires of our hearts. And think about that. That which created all the universe finds its way how to express new things in life through our little me, heart's desire. each and every one of us has a desire that Spirit is trying to express itself to. So our work is to figure out what is our heart's desire. Bring it forth into the consciousness. And the work, the Father within, the power within, the creative expression within. I mean, all of these different teachers told you this from different ways and different angles. But it's real. It is real. Taking the time to clarify our heart's desire. And just remember, trusting and giving up superiority and inferiority. Oh, by the way, give up blame and guilt too. You can let those go. That blame and guilt, waste of energy. You know, it helped us back there before. So we will leave it back there when it was before. But we don't need it anymore. Knowing that we are enough is how we begin on this road to happiness in this moment, at this time. Never, ever too late. Never, ever too late. And the perfect time is right now. This is why I love this stuff. Stepping into a greater expression of life. That's what it's all about. I'm going to think a little bit. I'm going to say a treatment. I like saying treatments. If you hadn't noticed. Because I realize that through whatever I have experienced has come an awareness and an understanding that I am so grateful for, that there's a law in this universe. That law is forever saying yes to me. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So therefore, I can embrace the idea that that infinite intelligence, that law, that divine creative expression of being has manifested itself as each one of us. And as in this sense of being a divine event in life itself, we can say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to open ourselves and ask our hearts, what's trying to emerge as me right here, right now? Allow it to reveal and bring forth the greater good that we were meant to be. And as we know this and understand that as these words are placed into a law of creativity, we can let it be the cornerstone of our lives going forward. Because now is the most powerful moment. Current thought is the most powerful thought. We are creating our good. We are creating our newness as we open ourselves to be able to understand and appreciate that the desires in our heart will bring about a greater goodness for all mankind, all humankind, all beings. And as we rejoice in this idea and understanding, we let it be the truth that the law of attraction is fulfilling in this moment. So as we rest in the idea that we love being who and what we are, just know right now, I love being myself. As a matter of fact, each one, just know this. I love being myself. And allow this to be the spiritual prototype that we let the spirit of life fulfill. Knowing the good blesses not only ourselves, but absolutely everybody around us. This beautiful law, this beautiful understanding of spirit is our consciousness now. So we let go and we let God and we let that divine presence create. And we unite in our own and activate it as two or more gathered. The power of it is more. We know this together as we announce it into the universal law of mind, as we say together, and so it is.